At 6, 2 people are injured after a late-night fire in Hartford, including a firefighter. I'm Angelo Bavar with the latest on the investigation.
Concerns over animal safety in Cheshire are still high. I'm Kate Pattyfoot, and coming up, hear from animal advocates on what they have to say about the problems at their town animal facility center.
And a teen is accused of threats against an elementary school in Manchester. What police say he did before he was arrested outside the school.
All local, all morning. This is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
6 o'clock on this Wednesday. Good morning, sunshine. Thank you for waking up with us here on Fox 61 and Fox 61 Plus. I'm Symphony Privet.
And I'm Tim Lambers. Yeah, we are making our way through the work week and making our way through winter right now as we get over to meteorologist Matt Scott. January 15th.
Working my way to the winds here. How's that?
Good enough.
Apologies to the spinners. We have a forecast that is windiest of the week is what we're calling it. And we are right now in the middle of January, which, as Tim will remind us many times this morning, is exactly the halfway point or meteorological winter. We have turning the corner. If you're not a fan of winter, then there you go. I would love for this to work. There it goes. Coldest and the windiest of the week today. The winds are up. The wind chills are down. It's milder by the weekend, and that means rain. But we do have some snow in the forecast, too. Speaking of winter, we'll talk about that coming up. Satellite radar pictures quiet. Got that northwest wind that's going to start to kick up. A little lake effect off to the north and west. Not a big deal. We were seeing a couple flakes hold together way up in the Litchfield Hills, and that's it. 18 to 24 is the spread on the temperatures. Hartford at 23, but your winds 5 to 15 generally, and your wind gusts are kicking up to 25 right now. So dress for single digits in a good chunk of the state, up to 17 in Meriden. Yeah, it's cold. It's not horribly cold, but it is definitely cold at the bus stop this morning. Temperatures warming up to the lower 30s again today. So dress for 10 to 20, I think, at best. Coming up, milder temperatures, some rain, some snow, too. We'll talk about it all coming up for the holiday weekend, 6:02. Let's check the roads. First time this morning, I get to say hello to Rachel Piscatelli. Good morning.
Good morning, Matt. A relatively easy Wednesday morning commute so far. On the roads this morning, it looks good on 91, 95, and 84. We don't have any major delays to tell you about on our interstates this morning, and even those side roads, too. Over in Guilford, 95, both directions. That looks good with light volume. New Haven looking good this morning just out by Long Wharf. Middletown, 91, both directions. That's smooth, and we have light volume as you're traveling through Windsor to the airport. Tim and Symphony.
Thank you, Rachel. This morning, investigators are still looking into a late-night fire at an apartment building in Hartford's northeast neighborhood.
Yeah, the fire department says 2 people were injured, including a firefighter. Fox 61's Angelo Bavaro joins us live at the scene this morning on Tower Avenue with the latest. Angelo, what have you learned?
Hey, good morning, guys. So still waiting on some more details about those injuries, the extent of those injuries, how they happened, and also the conditions of that firefighter and that other person. We have reached out to the fire department, still waiting to hear back on that front. In the meantime, there is some damage out here. Still very dark out, but maybe you can make out that damage to the front of the building, especially the roof, where we are seeing it has just been ripped open. And also some new information at this hour. 11 families, 15 adults are displaced after this fire. The call came in around 9:30 last night. Fire crews got on scene to find heavy fire in multiple apartments on the second floor. Firefighters were able to get things under control quickly in 30 minutes. The district chief says 3 units were heavily damaged, with other apartments also suffering some smoke and water damage. We're also told that the firefighter and the person who were injured were taken to the hospital for evaluation. Again, we do not have any details about those injuries just yet. Now, the fire department's special services unit is working with the Red Cross to help those people displaced because of this fire. Of course, as we get any updates about the cause of this fire and the conditions of those people who were injured, we'll pass those along to you at home. We're live in Hartford. I'm Angelo Bavaro, Fox 61.
Now, this was the second apartment fire in Hartford just in the last 24 hours. Monday night, in the span of 24 hours, Monday night, families had to leave their homes on Wethersfield Avenue in the South End. Now, no one was hurt in that fire. However, 23 people were displaced. Fox 61's Jamel Johnson spoke with one of the people who escaped.
Many people are taught what to do if your house catches on fire, but what happens after you lose everything you've ever known? That's what one teenager and his family are trying to figure out after their home went up in flames.
Anthony Ruiz has spent his evenings with his family at 227 Wethersfield Avenue for 15 years. Little did he know Monday evening would be the last one they'd have here, as a structure fire caused him and his family to evacuate and destroyed most of their home. Now Anthony and his family are one of 7 families that were displaced and are now receiving aid from the local American Red Cross branch.
I was like, all right, well, you're gonna have to hold your breath for like a couple seconds or something. And when I turned her right there, the hole was pure black, like you couldn't see nothing. It was a nightmare, man, you know? So much things going through my head. I'm like, man, 15 years to build it is all gone now.
Now, we did reach out to the local Red Cross branch as well as the Hartford Fire Department for any additional information. We haven't heard back yet, but the fire department did say that 2 women were transported to the hospital because of possible smoke inhalation, but there are no life-threatening injuries. In Hartford, Jamel Johnson, Fox 61.
Jamel, thank you. Well, many people in Cheshire said they're upset after a state report heavily criticized the town's animal shelter.
Yeah, but as Fox 61's Kate Pattyfoot explains, those people aren't upset with the state. Rather, they agree with the report's conclusions.
It was another show of solidarity outside the Cheshire Town Hall Tuesday evening. Those rallying say this 5-page report from the State Department of Agriculture detailed what they already knew, that the town's animal shelter was not properly caring for the animals in their care. In an inspection report from the State Department of Agriculture, officials allege the town of Cheshire violated requirements for their animal control facility. Among the allegations, failure to groom animals as needed for health reasons, cracking and peeling floors, improperly stored food, and evidence of a mouse infestation. These violations and others are things people in town say they didn't need a report to tell them.
So we are here because there has been no consequence. 0 consequences. The DOAG report said that you should give the person training hours. The ACO has been here for 27 years. That ACO, we have confirmed that she abused and neglected animals.
Animal advocates rallied before Tuesday's town council meeting calling for accountability.
I can imagine how she can come every day and see this dog suffering. It's unbelievable. My heart is broken for them.
The state is requiring the facility document specific animal control officer training to the state agriculture commissioner, as well as create an animal intake report. In a statement, the Department of Agriculture said, quote, "We will continue to monitor the town of Cheshire Animal Control Facility on a monthly basis, ensuring that all corrective actions are completed to meet the required standards." But those who spoke up at the town council meeting say that's not enough.
We want to know, why charges haven't been pressed. Clearly, a crime has been committed. There's probable cause. A crime has been committed by a certain person. I mean, beyond a reasonable doubt. It's very obvious just by looking around this room.
However, one woman said she volunteered regularly at the shelter and saw the animal control officer groom the dogs.
She had a grooming table there. I saw her myself groom those dogs twice. Now, I know that isn't a lot, and maybe she did it more than that. But I saw her with my own eyes.
The town said work is being done to get the facility up to code. In a statement from Cheshire Mayor Peter Talbot, quote, "We will be providing a January update by the end of the month. I can share that the final quotes for refinishing of the facility's floors were received this week and are being sent to DOAG to confirm scope compliance with state regulations." Animal advocates tell me they won't stop speaking up for animals, and they hope steps are taken quickly to address the violations. In Cheshire, Kate Pattyfoot, Fox 61.
6:09 now. This morning, a 17-year-old boy faces a laundry list of charges in Manchester. Officers say the teen is accused of threatening kids and staff members on the playground outside of Verplank Elementary School with an airsoft gun. Now, this is a picture of the fake gun police say the teen had. As you can see, it looks like a rifle, a real one. Well, when teachers saw the teen on Monday, check out this video here. They rushed students back into the school. And just seconds after the door closes, the suspect can be seen at the door, hitting it with that airsoft gun. He's doing it right now, right before walking out of the camera's view. Now, officers arrived and arrested the teen outside of the school. He reportedly told them, quote, "This was supposed to be suicide by cop," end quote. Officers say the 17-year-old faces more than 100 criminal charges this morning.